Hi, my name is Bryan. We're with My Guys Know How, and today I'm going to show you how to terminate a Cat6 networking cable. So we have our Cat6 networking wire. We have a set of Dikes or diagonal cutters. We have Big Red, which is just our Cat stripper. Platinum Tools Crimper, and of course the Platinum Tools terminals, both sides, pins up, pins down. Here we go. Put your stripper on inside the razor mark in that section. Goes around the cable, and you're going to make one full revolution in the direction of the arrow shown on the tool. You should be able to have scored the wire enough to be able to bend it and pull off the sheath. They'll have a little pull wire in here if you were going to strip it. It splits the cable, but that doesn't leave a clean cut. So what we'll do is we'll just go back down here, off to the side. Pull wire gets cut off to the side. This is clearly excess that we'll trim down, but you bend your wires back. You got 4 sets of 2 twisted pairs, green, orange, blue, and brown. Standard in the industry, has been for 30 years. Cut your center divider off, specific to Cat6 and better. These, we're just going to cut down so we have something to work with. Off to the side. So I like to have 3-ish or so inches. Each of these colored wires are twisted, you'll notice, a little more than the next. Every manufacturer has a different set of twists so that they can produce their own wire. None of that really matters. All you need to do is untwist the cables. Some guys like to put in their hook tool or their screwdriver at the bottom of the twist and pull out. I'm not a big fan of that. I found that this way has usually produced the best results. So once you untwist it, they're going to be a little unraveled, a little bendy in them. You can untwist them all, you can untwist them individually, but I like to untwist them all, and then as I work backwards, you'll straighten them out with your fingers, just pinching it together. So from the base of the wire, I use my index finger and thumb going back and forth until the wire is pretty much straight or has the little bumps in the road removed out of it. So these are the bumps, and then this is the straightened version. Two, 3, 4 times at most per wire. And then what I've taught my guys to do is that I really like holding the wire. I'm left-handed, so I'll grip it with my left hand if you're right-handed, which most of you will be. I hold the wire in a fashion that orientates my orange on my left-hand side, because when I'm going to terminate this, you're going to orientate and order them in a specific way. So my orange pairs are first, white, orange, orange, then white, green, and specifically for the next 2 sets of blues and the greens, because the green is split on either side, I like to look down the cable itself and see how they're coming out, so that if the green wire is still twisted inside the sheath, like so, I can untwist it specifically and have it nice and fluid straight into my connector. So going back into the order of the oranges, then white, green, now to blue, white, blue, then green. white, brown, brown, pulling it out, and I'll go out close to the tip, cut this end off so that they're all nice and straight, covering my finger over the cut pieces to remove that, and I'll put this, that's why I have my little garbage tray off to the side. And then the most important thing at this point when you're going to put your terminal on is that you want to have, based on your order, which my oranges are on my left, I need to do my pins facing towards me when I slide my connector on. So if my tab's looking at me and I slide it on, it'll fit properly, but it'll be terminated backwards. So I want my gold pins facing me. I'm going to slide it into the connector. And the whole point of why Platinum Tools is so cool is because they've made these connectors that are pass-through connectors so that you can literally check and make sure that is my order correct. Look at it, white, orange, orange, white, green. Oh, hey, look at that. It's white, blue instead of blue. Well, I need to pull it back off and reorder my wires properly. All line back up. Green, white, brown, brown. Slide it back on. The whole point of the pass-through is that you're doing a double check method. Once I have it down over the wires and I'm satisfied the order is correct, I like to push the sheath, whether it's green, black, blue, doesn't matter what color it is, all the way into where it will stop on the wire. Thicker cables like Cat 6A, Cat 7, screened cables, sometimes will give you some problems with the sheath going into the connector. You just have to use a little people force putting it into the connector. And then for me personally, I'll twist these up a little bit at the end so that they're together, so that they will try to smoothly pass through to Platinum Tools part. Shout out to Platinum, you make good stuff. My wires are all through. When you push your terminal into this specific tool, you're going to hear the tab click into place. That means it's locked in properly. An additional bit of attention to detail that I like to do is I like to pull my wire away from my tool. So I have my wire in one hand, again pinching, using another finger or fingers pushing away from the tool. I know it's in there secure and tight, pulling against the terminal as I squeeze the tool to crimp it. It goes off to the side and in the garbage container. Pressing down on the tab to remove it, removing the last piece of plastic. And you'll notice that on an unterminated terminal, all the pins are sticking up slightly. And now they're all compressed down. And these pins actually make a connection in the wire, touching the wire, and that's how they've made from the wire to a terminal connection. And that is terminating RJ45 networking connection. Thanks for joining.